Hi everyone, welcome to Let's Talk in English on PTS and the radio. My name's Andrea.
And my name is Gabe, and in today's On the Go, we will be in a city that is full of wind.
That's right, the title of our On the Go is Wind and Rice Noodles. We're going to see how these two things go together. To help you understand our On the Go, let's look at our key words. Say them with us. Our first one is wind. Wind. There is no wind today. The trees are not moving.
Powder. Powder. Put this powder in some hot water, then you will have coffee.
Paste. Paste. Bessie made some paste with flour and water.
Squeeze. Squeeze. Dustin squeezed my arm until it hurt.
Cut. Cut. Jessie cut her hair. It's shorter now.
Okay, let's look at these words and say them one more time. The first one is wind. Wind.
Powder. Powder.
Paste. Paste.
Squeeze. Squeeze.
And cut. Cut.
Great job. Now let's go see what Eddie has to say.
Wait. Wind and rice noodles. I don't get it.
Well, that's the name of our lesson.
Ah.
I know. We're going to learn how wind and rice noodles go together.
Yes,
Go
Eddie.
together. Huh. Yeah, here's the mission. Here it is. How does wind help make rice noodles?
How does wind help make rice noodles?
Let's join Campbell on the go.
Woo! It is windy here. Hi everyone. Welcome to Shinju, the windy city. I'm here to find out how people learn to live with the wind. Let's go! On the go! Woo!
Shinju is called the Windy City because there is a lot of wind here. The people who live here learn to live with the wind in different ways.
Whoa! Look at that fan! It's so big! Is that what's making all this wind? Actually, no. That's not a fan at all. That's our special machine. And this machine isn't making wind. It's using the power of the wind to create electricity in a very easy and clean way. Wow, so the wind can be very useful. I wonder what else the wind can do. Hey, do you smell that? It smells like rice noodle soup. Hey, that's right. I heard that the wind can be useful for making rice noodles too. How? Well, let's find out. Come on.
Wow, Gabe, you are making a lot of wind. Woo,
Yes, I am.
Woo, it's getting windy. It's getting windy.
And the wind is blowing your hair away.
Yes, okay.
And there's one word that I want to talk about. The word is wind. Say it with me again. Wind. Wind is air that moves. And so if you are outside, then there might be a lot of air that moves. There is a lot of wind.
Now we cannot see the wind, but we can see what the wind does. When trees are moving or when flags are blowing, the wind is moving them.
Exactly. And so we see that Shinju is the windy city. Hey, If it's windy, what does that mean?
Well, if it's windy, that means there's a lot of wind outside. If you're listening to a weather report, it might say today will be a windy day, so be careful.
Okay, well, we see in this windy city that there are a lot of fans, and these fans like to use the wind to create or make electricity. So that's how they get their electricity.
You know, it's interesting to learn how people live with wind in different ways. And you can use wind to do many different things.
That's right. You can use wind to create electricity.
We are in one of the few places that still makes rice noodles the old traditional way. Let's see how it's done.
The first step is to grind the rice into a powder. The rice powder is then put into a special bag with water. Once the bag is full, it is tied. Then it's put on a machine that slowly presses all the water out. Today, it takes about 1 hour to get all of the water out. In the old days, it took 6 hours.
After the water is pressed out, the rice is taken out of the bag. The rice is now a sticky paste. Right now, I'm putting the rice paste in a special machine that makes it into a special shape. This shape is called 果团.
The 果团 are put into a special machine that squeezes them into many noodles. Then these noodles are put back into the wooden boxes and steamed again.
I hope this doesn't take too long. I'm getting a little hungry.
Well, this is interesting. We learned the old traditional way of making rice noodles. Now today they make rice noodles in a faster way, but it's good to look back and see how they were first made.
That's right. In the old days, it took 6 hours to do something, whereas now it only takes a couple of hours. But wow, things have changed.
They have changed. Well, let's take a look at some of the key words you heard in that section. The first one is powder. Powder. Powder is very small pieces of dried stuff. We often use powder to make other things.
Now, something special about powder is that you can blow it very easily. So if you are making food and you need to use flour, then flour is a kind of powder. And really, you can blow it very easily.
And we know that to make rice noodles, you first start by making rice powder. Then you take that powder and make it into a paste. And our next key word is paste. Paste. Paste is something that is thick and sticky. We can eat different kinds of paste or use it for cooking.
That's right. Many different kinds of food have paste or use paste in them.
We often use toothpaste. Well, we should use toothpaste every day, right?
That's right. To brush our teeth, we need to use toothpaste.
Yeah, gal.
The steamed 果团 are done. It's time to make the noodles look like, well, noodles.
The 果团 are put into a special machine that squeezes them into many noodles. Then these noodles are put back into the wooden boxes and steamed again.
After the noodles are steamed, they're laid out so they can cool down. Then it's time to cut them shorter. Once they're cut, it's time to bring them up to the roof.
The roof is the best place for rice noodles to dry. Here they can dry quickly. This is where the wind gets very useful again.
Ah, I see. Here is where they use the wind to dry the noodles. So the wind is useful for making electricity, and it's also useful for making noodles. Wow! Wow. We've really learned a lot today. Today, we saw how they use the wind to make electricity here in Hsinchu, and we also learned how the wind helps to make rice noodles. And now, I'm enjoying a nice hot bowl of rice noodle soup. Well, I'll see you next time on The Go. Bye!
Ow, Andrea, why did you do that? You squeezed my finger.
Well, Gabe, I'm sorry, but I wanted to show you a special game. But maybe we'll do that later.
Okay, well, maybe we should teach that word squeeze right now. Okay, the word is squeeze. Squeeze. When you squeeze something, that means you use your hands or something to make that thing smaller or tighter. You squeeze it.
That's right. Now you might squeeze someone's hand or someone's finger, or when you're cooking, you might squeeze something to get all the water out.
When I was doing something wrong when I was a child, my mother would squeeze my hand to tell me that I was doing something wrong and that I should stop. And it hurt.
Oh, I'm sorry, Gabe. If you're washing clothes, you might squeeze your clothes to get the water out so that they dry quicker.
That's a pretty good idea. Well, hey, let's look at this next key word that also hurts. The word is cut. Cut. When you cut something, you make it shorter. So if you are cutting your hair, you are making your hair shorter. Have you ever gotten cut by something?
Well, yes, I have gotten cut by a knife. That's when the knife came onto my skin and cut it.
Oh man, that really hurts. So you want to be careful what you are cutting. Of course, when you are making food, sometimes you need to cut it. And the people in Hsinchu would cut their noodles.
That's right, they would cut the noodles into shorter pieces so it was easier to cook.
Well, hey, I think that we found the answer to the mission here. The mission is, how does wind help make rice noodles?
How does wind help make rice noodles? Well, the wind dries the noodles.
Hey, all right.
Calendar phrase.
Gabe? What's wrong? You look scared.
Andrea, did you see the weather report? Did you look outside the window?
No, I didn't.
Andrea, a typhoon is coming.
A typhoon is coming?
Yes, a big storm is on its way here.
Gabe?
Oh, I'm so
Gabe?
scared.
Are you kidding?
Andrea? Yes, of course I'm kidding. As today's calendar phrase, the phrase is, a typhoon is coming.
A typhoon is coming.
Friends, if there is a big storm, if there is a typhoon that is coming to your neighborhood, then you should tell other people a typhoon is coming.
Well, right now, a calendar phrase skit is coming. Do you see it?
Oh,
Do
hey.
you see it?
Yeah, you're telling the truth, right?
Yeah, this
That's
is
good.
the truth.
Let's go see the calendar phrase skit.
A typhoon is coming.
A typhoon is coming.
Hey, Dan, guess what? A typhoon is coming.
Are you serious?
Yes, a typhoon is coming.
When?
It's coming tomorrow.
Oh no! A typhoon is coming? I'm not ready.
That's okay. We can get ready together. Don't worry.
Okay. Thanks, John.
A typhoon is coming.
A typhoon is coming.
Well, guys, it is interesting to learn about wind and rice noodles, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And to learn about this windy city, Hsinchu.
That's true. Well, let's practice with our question of the day. And Eddie, do you have it for us?
I always have the question, so here it is. Do you like to eat rice noodles? Why or why not?
Do you like to eat rice noodles? Why or why not?
Sure, I like to eat rice noodles. I like to eat any noodles and any food.
All right, so next time you eat rice noodles, you can think about our on the go. Friends, ask someone this question today and be sure to come back tomorrow. We're going to review our whole week together right here on Let's Talk in English.
On PTS and on the radio.
Where learning English can be fun. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.